In a small, forgotten village, there lived a man named Dhanraj, a man so poor that finding even one meal a day was a struggle. Every morning, he would rummage through the trash heaps of the village, scraping together whatever little he could, just to survive another day. But one ordinary day, fate hid a small surprise in that pile of garbage, a 20 paisa coin, tarnished and overlooked by everyone else, yet glimmering with possibility for Dhanraj. The very next morning, he used that tiny coin to buy a small, beautiful peacock from a passing stranger on the road. The wealthy merchants of the village, Seth Kailash and Seth Triveni, watched and mocked him openly, laughing at the idea of a penniless man buying a peacock. But Dhanraj ignored their ridicule and gently carried the little bird home, naming him Nilu. One night, as Dhanraj lay quietly in the dark, he heard something impossible, a voice, warm and clear, speaking to him in human words. It was Nilu. "Do not be afraid, Dhanraj," the peacock said softly. "I am here to change your life forever." From that night on, Nilu would fly away at dawn, soaring across forests, rivers, and distant lands, and return each evening carrying wonderful stories of the world beyond. Then one day, deep in a forest, Nilu discovered something extraordinary, a massive diamond, shining so brilliantly it could light up the darkest night. Nilu, wise and careful, knew that if Dhanraj tried to sell it, people would accuse him of theft. So instead, he flew straight to the royal court of King Satyavama, presented the diamond as a gift from his master, and boldly asked for the hand of the king's daughter, Princess Mandakini, in marriage. The king, moved by the gesture, agreed. To ensure Dhanraj arrived at the palace with dignity, Nilu cleverly tricked the king into believing Dhanraj had been robbed on the way, so that royal clothes and a fine welcome were arranged for him. The wedding took place in grand style, and Dhanraj, once a beggar at a trash heap, now stood beside a princess. But Nilu's work was not done. He set out to find a home worthy of his master and discovered an abandoned city, silent and empty, ruled by a terrifying seven-headed serpent named Kalanag. Without hesitation, Nilu fought the beast with courage and determination, slayed the snake, and secured the entire city, its palaces, its treasures, its streets, for Dhanraj. And so Dhanraj had everything: a palace, a city, a princess, and more wealth than he had ever imagined. But as the years passed and comfort settled in, something darkened within him. He forgot the 20 paisa coin. He forgot the trash heap. He forgot every sacrifice Nilu had ever made for him. Pride replaced gratitude, and arrogance replaced love. Then came the day Nilu fell gravely ill. And Dhanraj, the same man Nilu had lifted from nothing, refused to care for him. No medicine, no kindness, not even a single word of thanks. Princess Mandakini wept, helpless, as she watched Nilu fade. And with a heart broken not by sickness, but by betrayal, Nilu closed his eyes for the last time. The moment Nilu took his final breath, everything vanished. The palace disappeared, the city was gone, the wealth dissolved like morning mist. Princess Mandakini returned to her father's home, and Dhanraj woke up exactly where he had started. At the trash heap, alone, with nothing. The dream was over. He spent the rest of his life in poverty and regret, haunted by the memory of what he had lost, not because fate had abandoned him, but because he had abandoned the one who gave him everything. The lesson of Dhanraj and Nilu is eternal. True wealth is not gold or palaces. It is loyalty, gratitude, and the humility to remember where you came from.